Lekki Green Island, Lekki Royal Flex Estate, Lekki Peninsula Home Phase 2, Lekki Royal Flex Estate Phase 3, Lekki. All these and more are our estates with good roads, maximum security, buildings with good structure and well planned. And as far as Ibeju Lekki have good future, you too can come and plan to have your own company. Refineries under construction, Lagos State Smart City, Lekki Free Trade Zone and Lekki Deep Seaport is under construction at Ibeju Lekki International Airport. 60 different Chinese companies, Fort Milan Bridge, Ibeju Lekki ShopRite and so on. Commercially and industrially, Ibeju Lekki will be great and conducive place for everybody. Come and get your own property at Aspire Heights Realtor. Come directly to our office at H56 57 Ikota Shopping Complex, VGC, Lekki Epe Expressway, Ajah, or call Mr. Adeniyi on this number 09070995466 or 08052894614. Aspire Heights Realtor says get your properties at affordable prices. Yeah. Aspire Heights Realtor is here for me. Oh, yes. Everybody listening, oh. Real estate and land agents with 100% guarantee. Aspire Heights Realtor, now you be baba. Oh yes, buy land, buy house, lease and rent houses or land with ease at Ibeju Lekki and its environs at Aspire Heights Realtor at affordable and reasonable price. We have estates in different places: Arium Estate, Abidjan Lekki, Green Island, Lekki Royal Flex Estate, Lekki Peninsula Home Phase 2, Lekki Royal Flex Estate Phase 3, Lekki. All these and more are our estates with good roads, maximum security, buildings with good structure and well planned. And as far as Ibeju Lekki have good future, you too can come and plan to have your own company. Refineries under construction, Lagos State Smart City, Lekki Free Trade Zone and Lekki Deep Seaport is under construction at Ibeju Lekki International Airport. 60 different Chinese companies, Fort Milan Bridge, Ibeju Lekki ShopRite and so on. Commercially and industrially, Ibeju Lekki will be great and conducive place for everybody. Come and get your own property at Aspire Heights Realtor. Come directly to our office at H56 57 Ikota Shopping Complex, VGC, Lekki Epe Expressway, Ajah, or call Mr. Adeniyi on this number 09070995466 or 08052894614. Aspire Heights Realtor says get your properties at affordable prices. Yeah. Aspire Heights Realtor is here for me. Oh, yes. Everybody listening, oh. Real estate and land agents with 100% guarantee. Aspire Heights Realtor, now you be baba. Oh, yeah.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better. It's time for us to gather together.
I'm saying yes because yes means positivity.
I say yes to a better healthcare system because nobody's life should have to be cut short for things that can easily be fixed.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better creative industry because it will boost our economy and make our country greater.
I'm saying yes, we can do it. About road, we can do it. About infrastructures, we can do it. Good education, yes, we can do it.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better Nigeria.
Join the evolution by visiting the website www.yesnigeria.net.
It's time for us to gather together.
I'm saying yes because yes means positivity.
I say yes to a better healthcare system because nobody's life should have to be cut short for things that can easily be fixed.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better creative industry because it will boost our economy and make our country greater.
I'm saying yes, we can do it. About road, we can do it. About infrastructures, we can do it. Good education, yes, we can do it.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better Nigeria.
Join the evolution by visiting the website www.yesnigeria.net.
It's time for us to gather together.
I'm saying yes because yes means positivity.
I say yes to a better healthcare system because nobody's life should have to be cut short for things that can easily be fixed.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better creative industry because it will boost our economy and make our country greater.
I'm saying yes, we can do it. About road, we can do it. About infrastructures, we can do it. Good education, yes, we can do it.
Join the movement. Say yes to a better Nigeria.
Yes to a better Nigeria.
Join the evolution by visiting the website www.
Hello. Welcome to another program on Noble People Television. My name is Bani Abu, and on Business Surgery today we have a program about originality, being original in your business idea. What does that mean, or what does that entail? I'm going to try to invite a lot of people, but before I go, I'm going to give out a shout out. Who've got a birthday in the house? You're wondering why I haven't started on time? Who've got a birthday in the house? And if we've got a birthday in the house, we're going to give a shout out. Help me, everyone, to wish Madam Yetunde a happy birthday from myself and the rest of the Noble crew. We wish you a happy birthday. May God bless you. May God continue to guide you. May God give you more wisdom. May He protect you. So thank you very much for all the food, everything. You know, that's why I don't even know how to start the program. When I saw the food, I was like, oh. So it's really great. And it's even good because it falls on a Monday when I'm in the studio. So thank you. Help me wish you a happy birthday, all our guests. Thank you, Madam Sei. Thank you very much for being on our program, and we hope you're going to enjoy this program. What we're going to talk about is a great topic, and you won't want to miss this. Invite your friends, invite your family, share this program with your friends, with your family, and you will know it will help you greatly. It will definitely help you greatly in life, in business. It's not just about in business. Being original is good in everything. Everything you do. Let people know what you stand for. Let there be a legacy. Because if you be yourself, there's definitely going to be a legacy. So that's why I'm just going to invite a few people. Whilst you invite people as well, I'm going to make this competition. Let's see who is going to be the highest number of share. So we're going to do that now. I'm going to share as well. I'm going to share with people that I know and in groups. And tell me, what do you think, or look at it and see this topic. What do you think about being original? I know they said there's nothing new under the sun. Anything you do would have been done. Yes, but you have to be creative when you're doing business. You have to be creative when it comes to your idea, to your purpose in life. Because when you're doing business, it's your purpose, it's your calling. You might think, oh, that's not a calling. Oh, what is talking about a calling? Business is a calling. Have you seen people who've tried everything in business? They've done cleaning, it won't work. They'll do carpentry, it will work. They'll do making prime, puff, it will not work. No matter what they do, it will not work. There's something that God have called you for, but you need to know what's my purpose in life. That's one thing you need to know when it comes to business. What is my purpose? What have God called me to be? Because He said we're wonderfully and fearfully made, isn't it? If that's what you have been, and if you're made of God, you're made out of His image and liking, that means you're original. No two people are the same. Even if you look alike, even if you're twins, there's definitely things you say, oh, the other one have short hair, the other one have a bald eye, the one have a narrow eye, things like that. God will put a little bit difference in you. That's why when you look at your fingerprint, they're not the same. So that's how you need, your business have to be like your fingerprint. It have to be different from someone else. In as much as the idea is the same, the concept is the same, but the whole package is not the same. So before I go, let me just wish people and see how we're going. Let me just share this and then we go back to this topic, being original in business. How can you be original in business? I'm going to invite as much people as I can, and the rest, I am looking forward to you to do that for me. You know, so I don't want people to be left out, because sometimes people look and say, oh, I didn't know when the program starts. I don't want people to be left out. Don't worry. I don't want them to complain. But you have to be original when you're doing business. As an entrepreneur, originality matters. Originality is the greatest key to your business. Your business has to stand out. You need to make your business stand out. And you think, how can my business stand out? Okay, everyone is like, maybe there's so much, you don't like when you go to High Street. You can see, normally I use big businesses as example, because with big businesses, even if you go to TK Maxx, it's the way they sell and the way they do things is different from when you go to maybe Primark, or when you go to H&M, or when you go to Debenhams, or when you go to Selfridges. They're all retailers, right? But there is a difference. You will know, oh, no, I'm not in Next, or I'm in this shop. You know there is a difference. So when it comes to like small businesses, you need to be original as well. It doesn't matter how many people are doing it, how people are doing it, or what people say. Keep on with the concept that you have. Get the whole picture. Don't copy people. If you see what they do, they like it, sit down, plan it. Find out how they get it. Sometimes it's good to go and talk to the person that you see the idea. If it's not your own original idea, go talk to the person. But give me 1 minute and I'm going to greet everyone that is here with me. Because the reason I should have just started, but sometimes some group will tell you, oh, this is not what the group is for. So when it comes to that, if I mistakenly post in your group and your group is not about business, please don't get angry with me. Just look at it and say, oh, she was just trying to do her best. Please, I love you all, and I know you're going to enjoy. Share this with your friends, with your family, and see how it goes. You will be able to learn a lot of things from it. And this is actually a topic which we all need when we're doing business. I know we all want to be a millionaire, all want to be an entrepreneur, but the only way you can be the millionaire in your business is your originality. Let people look for you, let people search for your ideas, let people search for exactly what you're doing. Be original. Don't copy people. Don't do things because you see your cousin is doing it. Don't do things because you see your friend. We were just discussing when this topic came up. I was told to do this particular topic, but when the topic actually came up and we were like discussing, I looked at it and it was like, okay, but how can it be original in business? You can be original in business by doing it in a way that get the concept, draw it out, see how you can do. Get the plan from plan A to plan B. That's where it comes to like project proposal. Project proposal, I'm just going to see how much I can share, but I am not going to be able to do it everyone. So some of them are going to wait until I get my break and they'll be able to. Let's see who is here in the house. Welcome, Madam Sei. Thank you very much for joining Noble People. If you're watching me, this is Noble People Television. My name is Bani Abur. Be original. We talk about it. We'll start from exactly your name. When you want to start with your name, how do you do it? The name of the business. How do you come up with the name of the business? I know people look at things and say, oh, this is my business name and this is how I want to do it. But what are you doing? Does your name reflect the business? Will people understand exactly what you're doing? I know when it comes to name, you shouldn't have names that have like 3 pages. You shouldn't have names that you shouldn't have name of your business that have 3 pages. You shouldn't have name of your business that actually will be too long for people not to be able to pronounce well. Sometimes you look at it and you think, okay, what's the name of my business? When you call the name of your business, do people reflect that, yes, this is what you do? People should be able, hello Karen, thank you very much for joining this program. People should be able to know exactly what you do and what you operate, what's your concept it's about, what's your main focus in the business. They should be able to know what exactly you're doing, your business is all about. What is your name? How do you get your name? That is the first thing you need to know from the beginning. Does your name communicate about the business? How will it reinforce the business? You know, like when they say Virgin Mobile, Virgin this, right? Does your name reflect It says Virgin Mobile, so you know it's a mobile phone business. He won't have just named everything just Virgin, but he says Virgin Mobile, Virgin Airlines. So you know, as you hear the word airlines, you know they do deal with traveling. If you hear Virgin Mobile, you know it deals with a mobile complaint. If you hear things like BT, British Telecommunication, you know this is exactly to do with telecommunication. This is exactly to do with phones. So these are the things when it comes to your business name. Your business name have to reflect, you have to communicate to your customer what exactly you do. So that's exactly when it comes to your business, that's how you need to do it. But one other thing you need to do, you need to be original. Show your uniqueness. It has to be about you. Your business idea shouldn't be the same. Let's say Tesco, in as much as they do business, if you go to you look at the layout of Tesco, will not be the same layout in, let's say, Morrison. The layout is different. You will see the colors. You need to have a particular color when it comes to business. What are your business colors? What color do you use? What are your business colors? Does your business color reflect your name, your logo? You have to have things like branding. How do I brand my business? Doesn't mean if we're all restaurant, my restaurant have to look the same as John's restaurant. You need to make it look different. Let it look that unique, nice. And when people go in there and they say, oh, it's really nice. It's not like they've never been into a restaurant before, but the way you've done it, the uniqueness in it, the texture of the things that are there, it will actually make people to be able to say, wow, this looks nice. And you wonder, but they've been to other places before, why this? Because of what you're providing, the services you're providing. Let it be unique. Let it be in a way that your business actually showcase who you are. It should show who you are. Be unique. You're already made unique, as it says in the Bible, you're wonderfully made and fearfully made. If you're wonderfully and fearfully made, get your business to be wonderfully and fearfully made. It has to be you. It has to be something like, when they look at it, they will be able to say, wow, this is great. I've never seen something like this before. But they've gone to businesses like that. They've gone to shops like that. But they've never seen what you're giving them. That experience, that customer experience. You know, when you say about, when it comes to business, you talk about things like moment of truth. That moment of truth is like what someone else have told you about the business, right? That's zero moment of truth. But the moment of truth is what you see yourself, the trueness of it, what you see yourself. How do you see it? How do you see it? That's exactly what it is. You need to know how do you see it? How will it be? That's one thing you need to know. You need to know, but when you're doing a business idea, you need to take a break from the project. When you're writing a project proposal, because you might look at it and say, okay, everything is in my head. But because you've planned it and you know what you want to write, you know what you want to plan, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to keep writing and just planning it like that. You need to take a break. Go to places like where you have fun. Go somewhere, get a break, get fresh air. That's why a business proposal mostly is not done in one day. If you can do a business proposal in one day, then if you recheck that proposal, there's definitely going to be an error in it. That's why sometimes you see project manager work on projects for weeks, because you might get a new idea. We're going to come into that, like get experts to help you. You might get the idea and then you look at it and say, okay, what should I improve? How can I do? How can I make it better? Is that exactly the original plan I want? So you need to look at things like that. You need to know, how am I going to do it better? How can I make it a little bit slightly than the other shop? When you go to like big retailers, you go there, the moment you enter the door, even the door have their own logo. I know people say, oh, but I work from home, it doesn't matter. You still have to be unique. You still have to show your uniqueness. because it's not what you think about your business. That is what will come into about expectation when it comes to business. It's not what you expect, it's what the customer expects from you. That's why it comes to customer perception and management perception. And definitely there's a gap between the two. There's always a gap. There's never a way. I welcome Kike Diamond. Thank you very much for joining. Nobu, thank you very much. We're looking forward to see you in the house because, you know, there's a birthday here. So we're looking forward to see you in the house, Kike Diamond. So you need to know, before you enlist the expert to help you, when you're starting, good evening, Madam Kike, Noble Police, or very Noble Police. Good evening and welcome to this program. This is Business Surgery at Noble People Television, and my name is Benedict Tabo. And you need to get an expert, because there are things when it comes to business, you have your own idea, you have your own experience, you have your own skill, as we were talking last week about assessing your skills. You have all these skills, but you will want other things that you're not good at. That's why we were talking about ACE, your capability, the creativity in your ideas. That's exactly, this is like a follow-up to what we were talking about last week. You need to know which side do I need an expert on? Can I do it without an expert? No, you cannot do it without an expert. Because in as much as you are experienced in your own field, in as much as you're trained in your own field, in as much as you're qualified in your own field, there are other areas where you will need help. There are other areas where you will need expert advice, like legal service. Let's say if I'm an accountant, in as much as most accountants study things like business law or contract law, but there are other things. So mostly, if you study accounting and finance, you would have done an aspect of law. But there are places where you might not have studied law. There are certain law that, let's say criminal law, you will not have studied things like criminal law. So if something happened like fraud, you need a criminal lawyer to go and defend you. You will know contract law, you will know common law, yes, because it's part of your syllabus. However, you will not know things like criminal law because it's not all the aspect of law that you do. So there are places where you will need an expert. So find out, what kind of expert do I need? You have a business plan but no capital, how can I go about it? I'm going to come to that question. That's a very good question, because sometimes people have business idea but they don't have the money to go about it. I'm going to come to that question and I'll tell you how to get the help. And you will have to contact me. We'll do a personal analysis of your project, then we'll see how or where you can get the help. We can help you to get the funding. You need to take a break from your project. Find a fun creativity aspect. Do something you enjoy. What do I enjoy doing? Sometimes you might not even, there are times when I take my daughter to roller skating, you know, and I look at it, ice skating, and I look at it like, you go, you fall down a little bit, you know, you get up, you fall down a little bit, but you're laughing, it's fun, it's great. So these are the things. Get that creative fun in you, something that can make you laugh, something new, something different. We're talking about originality. Have confidence in yourself and in your business idea. Have confidence. You know, when it comes to business idea, you might think, okay, I don't know what to do with this. How can I get it done? Was it an original plan that you got from God? Was it a plan that you got from people? As we were discussing earlier on, I said when I came to the office, we were like, okay, let's say you go visit your friend in a shop, and you see this friend selling clothes, and this friend is actually making money. You see like 10 customers that have come in, and you think, wow, if my friend can get that 10 customer, that means I can take 5 of a customer. No, you don't need to do that. You don't need to take 5 of a customer. You can go and do something. You see where the gap is. What's the problem? Maybe your friend, ask your friend first, how do you go about it? I like what you're doing. Is it possible for you to teach me? Can you show me how you're doing it? Maybe she'll say, no, I'm not showing you how I'm doing it. Or she'll say, okay, I'll teach you, or okay, I can teach you to do something different. Then it will be in a similar field, but not the same. Because when it comes to things, you see, even God said, I'm a jealous God. That shall have no other God besides me. Human being, naturally, that feeling of jealousy. I know sometimes people tell you, oh, I can do everything. I'm happy for everyone. There's no way you have that a little bit of thing which you say, oh, why did she do this? Last week, over the weekend, we had a conference and we were saying, why me? There was a preaching, one of the preachers said, and you'll be asking, when things happen bad to yourself, you'll be asking God, why me, why me, why me? But that's exactly what it is. You'll be asking, well, I'm nice to that friend, why me? Why does she want to compete with me? Right? But there's no need for that. You need to find out, why does she want to do that? Why does she want to do the business? Is it for her to get income? Because there are times when people have ideas and they don't know what to do with it. Like now, Kike says she have a business plan, but she doesn't know how to get capital. If you come, okay, let me tell you a little bit about my background. I've got a finance degree, but that's not the other thing. I actually run a bookkeeping company. So if you want to find out about finding funding, this is about funding. That is about funding, how you can get a capital. Is where to get funds. There are different ways to get funding in the UK, but you need to know how to get funding, where to get funding. Because it's really good when she asks this question, because sometimes people can say, oh, I know how to get funding. There is a different language you use for funding, which you get in from things like charity. If you're a charity, there's a different language for funding for a charity organization, and there's a different language of funding for business organization. Because charity funders look for specific words, right? As I was saying earlier, always get an expert when it comes to things like that. Charity funders look for specific words. So as business funders, they look for specific words. If you go to a bank, the language you speak to the bank is not the language you speak to a government organization giving grants. There's a different language, a total language. That's why you wonder, how did this person apply for this and she got it easily, but I applied and didn't get it? You might be wondering, how? You might be wondering, how did this person get this? But I went there, I applied to the same bank, but they didn't give it to you. It's the wording. I can tell someone, I can go anywhere, whether it's a bank, whether it's a charity organization, I can go anywhere and get a funding. You know why? Because I know the language. I know that it's not the same language I'll use to a bank. It's not the same language I'll use in a crowdfunding. It's not the same language I'll use to government when I'm looking for things like grant. All these things have some of mechanism that you use. It's the language, the words that you will use. It's the words that you will use that will make them look, because they're looking for keywords. That's exactly the thing. There are keywords the funders will look for. You've written a whole business plan. Do you know the places that on a business plan that the funders look? Let's say if you're actually going to a bank or to government to get a loan, right? And you want to do your business. They don't read that whole business plan. They check the executive summary, right? They check your executive summary. What are you talking about in your executive summary? They check your objective. Why do you want to do the business? Just as we're saying, you have to be unique. And this is what funding is really good. This question actually is related to what we're doing. This is actually what they will look for in funding. Is it a unique business or is it the same as everyone else? Let's say you're going to government to get a grant or you're going to the bank. The bank knows there's 10 shops in that high street that you said you're going to open, because they ask, where do you want to do it? Or let's say McDonald's, right? You want to do fast food, like chicken and chips, but they know there's 10 shops in that high street. What exactly do you want to do? How are you going to do it differently? That's what we're talking about, uniqueness. How are you going to do it differently to those 10 people that are doing the same thing as you, and then you can still make profit to keep the business going? That's why you see people open business, and within the first 3 months, the business is closed. People open shops, you see within 1 year, the shop is closed. Because they don't have the exact concept. You go, you see someone doing it, you copy what they're doing, You don't have the whole business plan. You don't have the whole concept of the business. You don't have the whole vision, especially when it comes to a vision that is given to someone from God. You know the funny thing with that? She have the original idea. God has spoken to that person. The idea is in her head or written down. Because most times when you have a vision from God, it's like in a dream. God speaks to you in a dream. Or sometimes you sit down and have a vision. You fall asleep like that, like a trance. And God will be speaking to you. I know people say, oh, I don't believe in God speaking to me. Yes, God still speaks to people. Even nowadays, God still speaks to you. Just have a clean hands and a clean heart. God will speak to you. Just be yourself. You don't need anything for God to speak to you. Have a clean heart, be pure, worship God, and God will speak to you. God still speaks to people these days. So when it comes to uniqueness, they want to know what exactly are you going to do in your business that is different from business A or business B or business or shop C. How can you make the money to sustain the business? Because when it comes to business, they're not thinking about one day. We're thinking about sustainability. How can you sustain the business to get it going when there are 10 shops opening in the same street and you're all doing the same thing? So be unique. Tell them, oh, well, when I open my shop, you know, all the shops, they're all selling hot, they're all selling spicy chicken and this chicken. I might put a little bit of gravy on my chips. And they're like, wow, have you looking for chips with gravy? And I haven't seen it. I have to go all the way like 3 streets. Because mostly the banks that you go to, they're closer to you. You don't have to go to a bank in Lagos or in Sierra Leone to you to get funding to come and do business here. The banks you go to or wherever you're going to go to get capital is actually within your environment. So the same banker or the same personal assistant that the bank will give you or bank manager to talk to you about your business plan, they will actually have seen exactly that there's a gap, there's a missing, you're solving a problem. When it comes to business idea, you have to solve a problem. Everyone cannot solve the same problem. You're not an ambulance. Even ambulances solve different problems at the same time. It's the same ambulance you see go there, but they're solving different problems. So when it comes to things like that, you're solving a problem. How do you solve a problem in your environment, in your community, in your area, in your street? That's what business idea is about. So when you're doing that, be yourself. Have confidence in yourself. Have confidence in yourself. It said having your own unique way of treat. Kike said having your own unique way of treating your customer will keep your customers to stay with you. Wow, we're coming into it. It looked like you were here, but exactly it is. You have to have a way to how to deal with your customer. We're coming to that now. Yes, that is a must. You need to know how you're going to do it. Acknowledge your own uniqueness. You know, sometimes you do business and people will look at business and say, okay, I went to, let's say, an accounting company, or I went to open a studio, right? If I want to open a media studio, let's say we're multiple people and we want to open a media studio. If no one is coming to your studio, don't say I'm going to change it from noble people to studio to gentlemen's studio, because all the gentlemen will be coming. No. Acknowledge your own uniqueness. Keep working on it. See how you can make it better, because sometimes you might be consistent in your uniqueness. Be consistent. Don't change it for no one. Unless if an expert says, oh, you can do this. That's why I said employ an expert. If an expert says, oh, you can do this A, B, C, because with an expert, they would have asked you, why do you want to do it this way? There are questions they ask you like when, how, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? And you might think these are ridiculous questions. Don't you know why I'm doing it? No, it's not ridiculous. It's actually to know before they give you advice. Mostly business consultants ask you lots of questions so that they can know, how can I advise this person? How can I advise this company? How can I do? So always get experts. An expert doesn't mean someone who's got a PhD. Yes, they can have a PhD. And do you know the funny thing? I know sometimes people say, oh, I don't care people with degree. I care people with kind heart. Do you know people with PhD are the most nicest people I've ever met? Everyone that have got, I'm not saying people with doctorate, because there's difference between doctors. There are different between doctors. There are honorary doctorate degree, which the person wouldn't have gone to school. That person might not even have a single, not even an undergraduate degree. But based on what they're doing in the community, maybe the community might think that they're doing well, they can help the community. So a college or university near them will give them that degree, right? And when people have honorary degree, it's not the same like when you have a PhD. A doctor with a PhD, when someone said, I'm a doctor, and then they put PhD, that means they've got their own doctorate degree is through academic way. And those ones would have studied for something, a specific qualification. That's why if you tell me you're a doctor, I will ask you in what. It can be a doctor in philosophy. That's exactly what PhD is, doctor in philosophy. Even it should have been philosophy doctorate, but they call it doctor in philosophy. So if someone tell you I have PhD to their name, that one is different, right? But they're the nicest people, the ones that are doctor with PhD. They're the nicest people you can deal with, down to earth. Even if you annoy them, they get angry and they move on with it. Because they know what they're doing. They know how to deal with people. So when it comes to that, you need to know. You need to know, does the expert have the experience? They might not have the qualification, but they have vast amount of experience in that, right? Do they have the experience? I was talking in one of my earlier programs, I met a gentleman, an old man, is older than me. When I can still call him a gentleman. The man have done that with estate agency for actually 34 years. Someone like that have vast experience. I had a guest who said she's been working as a country planner for 20 years. Someone like that have experience. That's exactly, you need someone with experience. Don't put a square peg in a round hole. When you're doing that, get experienced people to help you with your business. Acknowledge your own uniqueness. Who are you? What are you going to do? What are you going to bring to the community? What is your business going to bring to the environment? What is your business actually going to bring with the environment, to this environment? What is the business going to bring to the location? So you need to know, embark on your uniqueness. Your objective is part of your uniqueness, because that's what we talk about, unique selling point. Sometimes people call it unique selling proposition, but it depends what they're talking about. But you need to have that uniqueness when it comes to business. You need to work with experienced mentor, get a mentor. Anything you're doing, as we said, there's nothing new under the sun. Anything you're doing, get people that knows what they're doing. Get people who've done it before you. Though you might be thinking, oh, I'm doing everything right. But you wonder, why am I losing customer? I know what I'm doing. I have vast experience. I have the qualification. Why am I losing customer? Right? But if you have your mentor might tell you, oh, it's the way you deal with your customer. It's the way you do. I had a conversation with my mentor and I said, oh, that's not how you treat your customer. Right? I looked at it and I was like, okay. Within myself, I was like, but I've treated them nicely. That within myself, my own perspective of how I treat them, I look at it like, oh, I've treated them nicely. I've treated them by the book. That's what the book says I have to treat my customer. That's how I'm treating my customer. But that's not the expectation of your customer. What I'm expecting my customer to take is not how my customer perceive it. As I was telling you about the gap in customer perception and management's perception. How do your customer perceive it? For you, you have to be doing it in a way that you'll be able to keep your customer. Business is repeated order. You need to have repeated order. When you want to grow in business, when you want to sustain your business, you need to add more people to your business. You need to have new clients. Repeated order brings you more money. It brings you money, but new client brings you more money because the person is new. First of all, the moment they've gone to you is they're looking for something new. They're looking to start a new business or to do a new thing, or they want a new clothes. Let's say if you were a fashion designer, they're looking for a new clothes to go. So immediately, they're desperate. They want it. So the language you use, the way you treat them, that is how they will come back. I know they say first impression goes the long way. First impression goes a long way, but it doesn't matter if you don't get it right the first time. Always, hold on, I'm just checking how long oh good, we're still within time. It doesn't matter if you don't get it right the first time. Keep on working yourself. I know people say, oh, I want to be better than Moses. You want to reach Moses. It's not Moses in the Bible that I'm talking about. I'm talking about Moses, maybe your competitors. You might be looking at things and saying, oh, I want to be better than this person. I want to be better than my competitors. Don't look at things and say how you want to be better than people. Look at it and say, how can I improve it? How can I make it better? How can I make my business better? How can I make myself look better? How can I make my business be attracted, and customer be attracted to my business more? Those are the things you need to do. You need to know, you need to know, I'm just trying to check, there's a question here, I just want to see. Yes, it is a must, okay. I'm just trying to read. Welcome everyone that is watching. This is Noble Television. My name is Bani Abu. If you have any question about doing the business or starting the business, let me know. Just send in the question and we'll be able to answer to this. Anything you want to know, if you want to know about funding, Kike, because it's a business, you said you have the business plan. I don't know what kind of business. I will not be able to advise you right here on here where you need to go, because I need to read the business plan first, see what's your objective, then I'll be able to tell you need to do it this way, or you need to register the business as a limited company, as a charity, which is an LLP, all these kind of things, limited company, whether you will need to register it as a charity. So we need to know, or whether you have to be a sole trader, or whether you have to go into partnership with someone else. We will need to see how we can work on this. But unless I see what is on the business plan, I will not be able to direct you to a particular organization. So if you actually want to start a business, contact me and I will be able to give you advice on it. So when you look for experienced mentor, your mentor, have the mentor done that before? I know my mentor normally say, oh, you can't take people where you haven't been. You can't take people where you haven't been. So if you have a mentor, let's say the mentor, I've never done that business before. I've never done business before. But because you don't like the way they talk, you just like the way they do, you just like the way, people can get 1,000 likes on Facebook. That doesn't mean they're good in what they're doing. I'm into business. That doesn't mean they're good in what they're doing. Find out, check their trail. Find out what have they been doing in life. Hello, Mama Bangura, thank you very much for watching Noble People Television. Find out what have they been doing in life. Find out about their past experience in business. Have they done business before? How many business do they have? How many business have they registered? Because, when people talk about business, have they done business and failed? Those are people that you can work with. You know why? Because if something goes wrong with your business, they know when my business went wrong, this is what I did. I did A, B, C, or this is what I can do to turn it around, right? Find out. If you look at Richard Branson, he have more than 50 business registered. He's done different business, fail, start another one, do this, fail. He didn't just start in one business and then Virgin Airlines went up and pick up, boom. No, he did different things. Try different things. Entrepreneur is a risk taker. You have to welcome Boss Neto. Entrepreneur is a risk taker. You have to take that risk when it comes to business. You have to look at someone. How much risk have they taken? There is a saying which says, if you never failed before, that means you've never tried something new. Like if I'm doing this talking, I can be talking and talking. Now, I can't get things wrong when it comes to presenting. Because I've been doing it. So when it comes to things like that, I'm improving every day. I'm improving because it's the same thing. But let's say you take me to go and do something different. I might not know how to do it. So you need to know, does this person have the experience in what they're doing? Have they done something before and failed? If they haven't done something before and failed, that means they're in their comfort zone. And if they're in their comfort zone, they might not even be able to assist you when you have challenges, when you meet a stumble block, when the road is not clear for you. They might not tell you this is what you need to do. So you need to know what is their experience. Someone can pay for likes on Facebook. You can pay to promote your page. You can pay to promote your photos. Because sometimes, thank you very much, Vosnesto. That's one of our entertainment gurus from Sierra Leone. Thank you very much. He's a great entrepreneur. He's doing lots of different businesses. He's an actual businessman. But when it comes to things like that, you need to talk to people who know what they're doing. Get an experienced mentor. Know where they're coming from. Where do they start? You know, mostly people see people doing business and they think, oh, this person is doing great. I want to be like you. I want to do business like this. I can do that. But you didn't know where do they come from. When I mean where did they come from, the step, the stages, what have they learned, what are their failures, what are their experience. What are their experience? I don't know this one, this message. You have to feel the, it says feeling the word of God around you. You have to feel the word of God around you. Okay, what are the experience? How can you make it better? A distraction, eh? How can you make it better? What are their experience? What have they gone through? What do they know? What have they done? Can they move out of their comfort zone? Because anyone that cannot move out of their comfort zone, even you yourself, they will not tell you how to move on your comfort zone. They will just tell you to stay on your comfort zone. And when it comes to business, you have to have that bigger picture of business. Your business you don't need to be thinking, oh, I want to, let's say if I'm doing bookkeeping or accounting, I want to do accounting with a one-man business. I need to be thinking, how can I do an accounting with 10 staff working for me, with me having 3 branches, growth? How can I sustain my business? How can I have operational excellence? That's the thing you'll be looking at when it comes to business. It's not just looking at, oh, I went to the business. It's just going to be me, myself, and I. We sit in this nice, comfortable office, one-man desk, and you want to be that one-man desk for the next 10 years. If you've been doing business for 10 years, have you employed someone else? Have you mentored someone else in that business? If you have 10 years experience, you need to be able to have mentored someone in your life. Who have you mentored? How are you getting it? Are you getting it right? You need to know, collaborate your ideas with others. You have this idea, just like when I came in and I was like, oh, what should I do? Collaborate your ideas with others. Let people look at it and say, oh, this is good. You can work with A, B, C, or you can do this. Like you see on my show, on this business this program that I do, I normally bring different business people. That means noble people were collaborating with other businesses to come. We go do red carpet. That's we're working with other businesses. We're working our idea with someone else's idea. Let's say you have an event. We do the photo shoot for you. We do the video for you. All these kind of things. If we're doing that, we're collaborating with other businesses. Don't stay by yourself. Don't keep your ideas to yourself. Don't keep your experience to yourself. Work with different people. Meet other people. Be able to let people know what you're doing. Don't keep your skills, your ideas to yourself. I know sometimes when you say, oh, I know how to do this, you become a threat to people. And people don't want you near them. You know why? Because I know they say, I was saying you have to have confidence in yourself. Sometimes when you have confidence with yourself, people look at it like, oh, this person is too boastful. It doesn't matter. Because if you have confidence in yourself, people, they might not accept your idea the moment you're talking. They might think, okay, but do you know when you leave, they might take and work on that idea that you've given them. So be able to work on it. Be able to work on yourself. Collaborate your ideas. Get a mentor. That's one thing. If you want to do anything, even if you don't have the capital, one of the most important things apart from capital that you need in a business is a mentor. Someone who can take you where they're going. They say stand in the shoulder of a giant. If you stand in the shoulder of a giant, you see far. So you see where they've seen. Because Don't forget where someone is facing, that's the direction. If you stand in someone's shoulder, if I'm facing this way, that's the direction you're going to face. You cannot face that side because you're standing on my shoulder. So you cannot be looking there. You have to look this way. Because if you look this way, you might wobble and fall, you see? So you take advice. When it comes to business idea, I know people will say, oh, that's my own idea. That's how it has to be. It has to be my way or no other way. You're never 100% right. Listen to people. I always say, listen to the nonsense and pick the sense out of it. Anything someone is telling you, listen to the nonsense. Basically listen to what they're saying. Give them their own say. Doesn't mean you're fool. It doesn't mean you're dumb. It doesn't mean they know more than you. And see what did the person say. Is it right? Is it the right thing to do? Will it work on my own business? Will I be able to do things? How can I do it? How can I make it better? Always think of making yourself better than the way you were. And when you're surrounding yourself, when you're doing business, surround yourself with people that do business. You see, like I was calling someone called impersonator. Most of people, you know, when people add, I do add people on my page, on Facebook, but mostly I need to know who you are. Most of my friends, 80% of my friends are people I've seen. Either we've met on an event or something. I know what they do and who they are. Sometimes I add people and my instinct to tell you, add that person if they send me a friend request. I have more than 1,000 friend requests right now. I look at you, look at what you do, go to your page, check who you are. Do we have anything that align together? What do you do that will make me better? How can you add value to me? How can I add value to you? If I haven't seen that connection, if I haven't seen that link, I work with my instinct. I'm very spiritual, don't worry. I work with my instinct. And if my instinct says that person is not going to add value to you or your business, or I am not going to be able to add value to that person or that person's life or that person's business, I am not going to add them a friend. You know, when you add something that start saying, oh, babes, you look good. I'm not on Facebook for that. I know I look good already. It doesn't matter how you say, because I know God says I'm made out of his own image. So if I'm made out of God's image, that means I look good. Because God is good, and anything that belongs to God is good. Isn't it? Is that not what we say as Christians? So, if anything that belongs to God look good, so I know I look good. So I'm not looking for someone to come and say, oh, babes, you. Now you know only babes will see now. You're the only babes in town. No, I'm not the only babes. I know there are 1,001 babes there. So when it comes to business, find out, surround yourself with business friends. Most of my friends on Facebook, they do business one way or the other. They're either a promoter or they're doing their own business. Check. What do we have in common? It can be even we've gone to the same school, or we've studied the same thing, or we are into the same business, or they're doing a business. I want to add value to their life. Because when it comes to friendship, it's give and take. It's give and take. What can I do to help that person? What can I do to make their life better than the way I met them? So that's what you need to do. You need to know how. I have people who I can take a phone and call them 1 o'clock and they're like, what is it? But they know if I'm going to call you 1 o'clock, it's going to be for something very important. It's not like just to play around. They know. So they will answer you. Because they're business people as well. They know, okay, this one needs an answer. Let me answer this call and talk to the person. How are you making things better? What are you going to do to make the person's life better, to make their business better, to make the environment better? Business is about solving problems. We need to be a problem solver. We need to be a problem solver. How can we solve problems? Don't be a problem causer. Be a problem solver. And you wonder, what does she mean? There's a difference between a problem solver. A problem solver is someone who solves business and problem. A problem causer is someone who causes the problem. People can cause problem, but you cannot see them. They are at the back of it, twinkling thing. It's not all problem causer than the problem maker. The ones that make the problem. They go, they do the things, and they stand back and watch it happen. Watch it like a film displaying, right? And you have someone targeted for problems. You might think that person likes to that person is always arguing with person. No, they've been targeted for problem. People have targeted them. They say, go go say this to her, go say this to him, go put that firestone in the middle. If they trip over, they fall over, they will insult you, they will shout at you. Things like that. So there is a difference between a problem causer, a problem maker, a problem solver, and someone targeted for problem. So when it comes to things like that, hello, Reverend, thank you very much for joining this program. When it comes to something like that, you need to know, am I a problem solver? Be a problem solver. Try to make an impact in a business, try to make an impact in the business owner's life, try to make an impact in your environment. Let people know that you stand for something good. When people see you, there was a day, I did a program with a lady. One of her friends watched my program. She'd never met me, I've never met her, but she was like commenting. I went to the shop in Brixton and she was looking at me. She keeps staring at me and I started smiling, but I did not know her. But I was like, why are you staring at me? So I smiled. And then she said to me, are you Bernadette? Are you Bani Abu? So I looked at her and I was like, yes, I am. So now I got stuck. I couldn't move because I know this person know me. She's seen me. But she was thinking, is that Bernadette Abu? And I was like, yes, it is me. And then we started, I said, oh. And she said, oh, I watch your program. Be unique. Let people know what you stand for. Let people know what you do. Be confident in yourself. Show out what you do. Showcase what you do. Help people out. Tell people to try your business. Tell people to try your business idea. Tell people to try your product. Tell people to try your services. Help other people. Like now, African businesswomen will be coming with a great event, Business Expo, for Black History Month. It's going to be the second Saturday in October, October 13. Stay tuned. By tomorrow, you get all the information. I know I've sent you save the date, so I know you're ready. So get ready to support other people's business idea. I know we all want to be great. I know we all want to be a millionaire. Support other people's business idea. Go to other function. We'll not be able to go to every function. You know why? Because we cannot be at everywhere at the same time. But the ones you can, make that effort, make it a point of duty to attend. Like this weekend, I was in a conference, a 5 days conference in my church. I made it a point of duty that I have to be there for the 5 days. Make it a point of duty to support other people's vision. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to be able to support other people. You might not be on their event, but you might say, okay, I can give you idea, I can give you tips, I can show you where. I was talking to someone and then the guy said, oh, don't worry, just print the letter, I will share it out for you. That's a help. That's making my life better. That's making my business better. And that's what you need to do. And it's not just people that can help you that you need to help. Help even people that cannot help you. It doesn't matter who they are. I normally say I treat everyone the same. I do respect everyone. I give equal respect to someone who is smaller than me or someone who is bigger than me. Respect is respect. Respect everyone. It doesn't matter because the Joseph who you despise today will become your prime minister tomorrow. So you don't know what the person will be. Respect everyone. Talk to people. It doesn't matter who you think they are at this moment. They can change. God can change their life. I believe that God is a God of miracles. He's a creative God. Be creative when it comes to your business idea. When it comes to business idea, there's one thing we talk about, right? When we talk about business idea, we talk about things like, after you've got the name, your name should be unique. After you've got the name, you've got your business objective. The catchphrase you use, like me, I'll say, okay, we inspire and promote other businesses. Let it every woman that is doing business empowerment, you can use other words. When you want to look for words, look for things like synonyms. How can I use the word? How can I get certain things? It's going to be the same thing, but it doesn't sound the same. But if you get this same thing, you all sound one. Everyone that is doing business for women comes, we inspire and empower. We empower and promote. We inspire and empower. No. In as much you can say we help, we assist. There are a lot of things that you can use that will make it actually sound the same. It's not going to get the specific words. That's what we're saying, be original. That's exactly the topic that we started today. Be original. Make yourself, let there be that originality, that uniqueness in your business. Not everyone is going to inspire and empower people. Be original. Find something. Okay, we might be saying Noble People Magazine. What do we do? What do we do best? Look at the word. You see, we didn't just take like, we could have gone Black Noble People Magazine. No, we didn't. Going to look at the Noble People Magazine, something different from other companies, something different from other media group. So that's exactly what you need to do. Let your catchphrase doesn't be the same like everyone else. Get something. That's why I say employ an expert. Get a business consultant. Get a mentor. When you're doing business, there are certain things that you need to have. Get an accountant. Get a business consultant. Get a mentor. Let all of them don't look at their likes on Facebook. Facebook can be very deceiving. Instagram can be very deceiving. Because if you just look at their likes on Facebook, they might have paid to promote it. And you're thinking, oh, this person have lots of likes. No, it's not about number of likes. It's what do they know? How do they do things? Have they done it for someone else? Where have they done it? Feedback, get feedback. The best way to do business is getting feedback. Get feedback. What are the customer experience? How have they, what their experience with them? Have they worked with the same people? It's just like someone come to my program and say, oh, you did this for me 10 years ago. Another one said, oh, I was in your first African Businesswomen Expo. Basically, you know, if I come here and say, oh, I'm organizing an event for Black History Month, you know, I'm not just doing it today. I've done it 3 years ago, and I've been doing it every year. So those are the things. No, have that person done it before? Where have they done it? Can I get someone to say that they've done it or they can do it? Because sometimes people can make flabbergasted things that you to shock like, ah! What exactly is that? No, don't get shocked, don't get amazed. Just do things and do the right thing. Find out what they're experiencing. But when it comes to business, know what you're doing. No, ask God, is this what you call me to do in life? Is this what I'm meant to do? There are lots of things that I can tell you I know how to do, but I will not do them because that is not what God has called me to be in life. Speak to people who can tell you, you know, get mentor. Make sure, for me, because I'm a Christian, my mentor have to be someone who is actually a Christian, so that our vision aligned, so that what we do, they can advise you in the line as a Christian business person. They can advise you in a way. I have different type of mentor. If I want to do mentoring about entertainment, I'm going to go to someone who's done entertainment before, right? Who's done entertainment before, who are into entertainment. They've organized their own event. They have done 1, 2, 3. I've been to their event. I've been to their show. I know what they're capable of doing. I've talked to people who actually have worked with them. I have lots of people in entertainment who, I was telling you earlier on that you have to have a role model when it comes to business. Apart from a mentor, have a role model. See people who you can mirror, but let them don't think that you're stuck in them. So that's it for this week. I think we've done an hour. I was actually going to do a quick program. I told you we have a party. I'm going to eat. So join us in the studio. Join us in the studio. This is my boss' birthday today. So we're coming to celebrate her. And you're welcome to join us. There's lots of food in the studio today. You see, so I have to finish exactly 1 hour. I've done 1 hour, 2 minutes. The food is getting cold. But if you're not able to come to the party, I'm going to eat for you. I'm going to enjoy for you. Till next week to meet again. This is Business Surgery. My name is Bani Abu, and you're watching us live in London from Noble People Television. Stay tuned. If you want us to do your red carpet for you, contact us on Noble Television. The details are on the screen. If you want, we have an annual quarterly magazine. If you want to advertise your business on our magazine, contact us on Noble People Television. All the contact number is the same. If you want me to look at your business plan, or you want me to write your business plan for you, or you're looking for funding for business, contact me. If you're looking for a business consultant, contact me. I'll be able to work with you. Thank you very much for watching this program. And another big, before I go, happy birthday to my boss, Madam Yetunde, and may God continue to bless you. From Noble People Television and Business Surgery. Goodbye, till we'll see you again next week. God bless you all.